Before I begin my little commentary today, I'm going to make a couple of disclaimers, maybe three. Number one, you're going to be seeing me looking a little bit to the side. That's because I'm using a cue card sort of situation because I'm an author, so I kind of write what I'm going to say before I actually say it. The second disclaimer is I want you to know that I do not say things with a hidden agenda or expecting you to read between the lines until I say to you, read between those lines. I don't play that game. So if you're listening to what I'm about to say and wondering, who is she talking about? I am not speaking about any individual at all. The third disclaimer is I am not talking about trolls in this discussion. What is a troll? A troll is usually somebody on the internet who's a little bit socially awkward, who doesn't really know how to fit into a positive conversation all of the time, and who really has a need to be seen and to be heard. We all have that, don't we? But the only way they can seem to be seen and heard is by being as disagreeable as they possibly can be, or they might actually have a cherished belief system that if they constantly point the other viewpoint on any subject matter at all, they're contributing in a positive way. Quite often they consider themselves very discerning and very informed, and therefore they must let everybody else be just as discerning and informed as they are. These aren't the people that I'm talking about in what I'm going to share just now. And so you're wondering, who and what is Kath talking about? Well, let's get on to it. Online interactions are not face-to-face unless they're over Zoom or on Facebook Live or some other live video platform. We can't read each other's body language, and unless somebody fills their comment with numerous emojis, it's often difficult to accurately gauge their intentions, motivations, or their emotional state at the time. It's important to assume the best in what somebody says, especially somebody that you know or are acquainted with. Believe that they mean to honor and respect you. If you've known somebody for a while and something they say to you in a private message or a comment on your post seems offensive or confusing, assume that they either made a typo or you misunderstood their intent. Consider their past behavior and track record with you. For instance, I volunteer for a large church that provides live streaming during church services and maintains a chat area for remote participants in that service. During these live streams, conversations move quickly, especially on platforms like YouTube. As a participant in that chat, you might find yourself in a situation where you assume somebody made a comment in relation to what you said, and it seems like it's a put down. But the fast-paced chat could simply mean that your prayer request or insightful comment or even hi there was actually unseen by them. Sometimes that person you are addressing might actually be in their kitchen making a cup of coffee, or they're not paying attention to chat or actually paying attention to the service, rendering them unaware that you're even there. Always assume the best. Remember that your fellow citizens of the internet are for the large part human. They make mistakes and they may miss comments because they were momentarily distracted or having internet issues. They may even have misinterpreted a comment you made and they respond off the cuff, not in exactly the best way. If that happens, forgive them and give them the benefit of the doubt. Although the example I gave revolves around chat, you can apply the same principle to all interactions on social media. Ultimately, it's important to recognize this sad fact. It's not always all about you. I know. I have to admit that there have been times where I felt so sheepish and embarrassed after realizing that a comment I thought was directed towards me that I was offended by because of something that I wrote had nothing to do with me. They didn't even see it. Sometimes we all need to take a big slice of humble pie and remember that not everything revolves around us. I know it's so sad, but it is true.